Schiller, Schiller, ba, ba, ba.
Good evening and welcome back to another stream of AC Shadows as part of our historical order run. And tonight we're doing a short session just catching up with the side content. Now that we have finished the second act of the game, we will basically try to finish all the remaining side quests and target lists before we go ahead and fully finish the rest of the story. So that means that probably for tonight and the next stream we're gonna be mostly busy catching up with that. And then maybe by the end of the week we can focus on getting the rest of the main story finished for the game. Good evening, Shilla. Welcome in. Ahoy. Hope you had a good Monday, dude. And yeah, I'm doing quite well. Had a good day over here. Been pretty busy, but it was alright. Looking forward to chill out a bit with some AC Shadows tonight. And yeah. We also have selected a new look for Yasuke here. We've gotten the elegant samurai outfit now. Which also is like the first real straw hat of this kind, at least for Yasuke. Before that we only had the Ronin straw hat. Like this one. Which is more like a casa, I guess. Could maybe go for like a black or kind of like golden type of look for the swords too. Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty nice looking outfit, I think. In general, I like the more elegant and lighter outfits for Yasuke. So that one is definitely new favorite. But yeah, how's your Monday been, Shida? Hope you had a good one. Hello, Dr. Darling. Welcome in as well, dude. Good evening. And goodbye. Someone stole the first redemption. Requiescat in pace. Yeah, it looks more fitting. Headshot damage per mastery point in Temple. That could be quite good. I was thinking about going back to using a Temple in general again, because we've been sticking to the bow for quite a while now. Ooh, this one is actually pretty decent. So the further we're away, the more damage we're doing. It's kind of like the ranged hit multiplier in Assassin's Creed Origins. And then we can also engrave the drastically reduced reload time. Not much of a difference, is it?
What do you need?
Citizen!
Citizen?
Citizen.
Hello, Vaora. Welcome in. And good day. Okay, let's go ahead and engrave the tempo here. Gonna add the reduced reload time. That's gonna be quite nice. Excellent range weapon here.
Thank you.
Gonna make sure like everything is upgraded here to our level.
What have you got for me?
Vote over enemies while sprinting? That's interesting. Reminds me of Revelations. When you have a hook and run ability, you basically use your hook blade to vote over the enemy and open up a weak spot behind them. And it happens while basically sprinting towards an enemy. Hello Vaave, welcome in, dude. Long time no see. And damn, dude, thank you for a 15 stream streak. Yeah, so far AC peak dialogue is going quite well because we haven't had to listen to any of the dialogue yet. We just spend most of the time in, you know, the main menu and upgrading stuff. But yeah, it's going good. Gonna just focus on the side content today and catch up with the targets because at this point we have finished the second act and there's only the last one left, which is supposed to be also a bit shorter. So I want to make sure to get all the side stuff finished. At least like, you know, side quests and those kind of things. Embrace the baguette. %1 damage per unspent mastery point, kept at 200%. Some of these trinket upgrades and bonuses are kind of wild.
Hurry back.
Okie dokie. So we're just gonna focus on side content, but that doesn't include stuff like, you know, enemies, kind of like passive quests or whatever, unless I come across them directly. I really want to prioritize actual, like, you know, main side quests. Like this one. So this, I believe, is in relation to one of the passive quests. I think it's in connection to the Kurai AQ, which we have all hunted at this point. I do like how the kind of dive jump is like the menu jump in this game. Even though, you know, having extra menu jump with like height gaining would be better. But it's still nice, you know, having like a bit more control about manually jumping at any point in the game. It's an improvement to say the least.
The darkness and lies in Yamato are over.
You bring peace to us. Thank you. Please, return to where you first met our shared companion. He might have left a gift. Something to remember him by.
Gift or no gift, I will not soon forget him.
Nor will we forget your deeds here in Yamato. Again, thank you.
Yeah, that's fair, Ave. It was definitely a very important moment, you know, like having Vi directly attack, you know, Jinx now. Whereas before, you know, she tried to kind of like get to a resolution and maybe try to convince her. It was pretty big in that regard for sure. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it feels like Season 2 is like more fan servicey to me, you know? At least like from someone who has played the games and knows the champions, for me it seems like they put a lot of those characters into the spotlight now as who they are as a champion and try to put them like in cool situations and like, you know, music montages and stuff. Whereas in the first season it felt like more character driven to me in a way, you know, like more like it was about the characters going on a journey. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense that they have of course undergone, you know, like the journey now and a certain character transition. But I don't know, like the first season felt also more like real to me, like more immersive, more humane in a way. But at the same time, it's like natural that, you know, it has to evolve and, you know, can't be stuck forever in like a certain way. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely feels a bit like different also in terms of like pacing and, you know. But it's also quite a few years between the seasons, right? It's like 3 years or so. That's quite a long break in between, you know, the season of a series. But yeah, it feels very fan servicey to me for sure. And that doesn't always have to be a bad thing, I guess, but I feel like the focus is definitely primarily on that now. That's actually a fair point too, you know, I mean, the animation and, you know, the way they also handle action scenes, like especially, you know, in the first season as well, but also definitely in the second. That would definitely take a lot of time, and it's just gorgeous. One of my favorite things for sure about the series, you know, the art style and animation quality and just how well put together the scenes are in terms of like cinematography and yeah, you you know, also like camera work and all that. Whispers of Muramasa. That's actually the name of an artist that I used to listen to. Okay, I guess it was Yasuke weapon, rather. All right. So Yasuke's personal journey is more about the Templars here, which I think I want to do later in the game, because I have a feeling that it's gonna maybe become more important in the third act of the game, given how late it popped up as part of the main story. But the whole like assassin order related one we can definitely do now already. And I won't actually let the main story take us to new regions. I'm just gonna catch up on all the side stuff now, no matter if it's in areas we have not been to yet. Because you don't really know at this point, you know, how much longer the main story is gonna be. And I don't wanna like end up, you know, doing side stuff after the main story. Like, once I finish the main story and the credits are rolling, that's like when I'm ending my playthrough. So any side stuff will be taken off now. But yeah, I think this one we can do. Make our way to Key. Yeah, for sure, that as well, Ave. I feel there was a really good dynamic between the underworld and Podova, but also within the underworld, you know. And I don't know, to me it feels like still a bit out of place to see Vi on Podova's side like that. I don't know. Doesn't feel right. Of course, you know, like there's plenty of connections there to Caitlyn and everything, but I guess it's more like something that happened out of necessity in a way. And it's really annoying that now it's just constantly sliding. The fact you can't go up here. I mean, you could if you like try again and again and you find like the correct exact pathways, but it's very random and you'd have like no trouble, you know, going up here in any of the previous games. Even in Black Flag, you had like a much greater height where you could, you know, go up very steep hills. It just feels wrong in an AC game, you know, having like such a limit to where you can move. Because the game really seems to like, you know, force you towards the official roads. Especially since we have like a rope dart, right? And it would be kind of cool if you could use it to also climb, you know, hills and all that type of stuff. Yeah, that's understandable, Ave, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the moment, you know, finally getting to it was good for sure. But yeah, the build up to it was, as you say, could have been handled a lot better. Kenny Schiller. That's funny. That reminds me of The Witcher 3. We can also kind of like jump on the spot, then roll forward and kind of get uphill that way. Maybe I should try that. Sounds good, Ave. Best of luck with Death Stranding. Hope you have fun. And thank you for the lurk. Oh, there's the Guardian here. Looking for Yasuke. That's a bit annoying. I wish I wouldn't punish the other character for the other one being wanted. Because that makes stealth pretty much impossible. Due to the Guardian not being assassin, like I can't assassinate him, I don't think.
My tofu is of the highest quality. You won't regret buying it.
One of my favorites. Hong might not notice if I take a bite.
Tofu. Tofu made with curded soy milk is considered to have originated in China. Also known as bean curd, tofu was considered a luxury and served to royalty and wealthy families. It is often added to warm, hearty broths. The Light Samurai. This elegant upper-class samurai outfit combines tradition with a warrior's instinct. Complete with katakino and hakama, this lightweight attire allows Yasuke to perceive time more slowly, while dodging enemy attacks. Gotta be kidding me. Can't even go up here, like naturally. You see that? That stuff shouldn't be allowed. Like even if I can roll to go up here, I should be allowed to go just up here and not have stuff like this happen. That's just bullshit.
Now I've seen the top of the world.
Reach the highest point of a map. Yeah, that's pretty high. That's so high that the draw distance has become pretty much garbage. So we must be pretty far away from everything we can see in the background. That's for sure. The sliding is like the worst enemy. If you could at least like cancel the animation, you know, like stay on the spot and kind of like decide to go up a bit again, or kind of like to the side or whatever.
Keep it up. See what happens.
Are you all right?
I am now.
Is there any...
Now his cape is just going entirely wild. Wind's howling. Just slightly. Just a little bit.
Oi. Whoa. If I'm seen, I'll have to fight my way out.
Activity.
Did I just donate a plum? I'm not sure what I donated there. I guess whatever now I had on hand. Oh, they are poor and sick. Just a few coins. We can't afford coins. We only have like 28,000. Not enough to share. quite angry. They're like, how dare you ride on the road? The official road. The people are supposed to ride on. How dare you? Half of it chosen, huh? But where does it start?
Why is there a shrine all the way out here?
On the way to the shrine. He ran away up the cliffside, climbing and leaping like a monkey.
You're telling stories.
Am not. I can show you my brother's bloody bandages.
Ugh, gross. Okay, show me.
This feels familiar. Kakushiba Ikki territory.
It's familiar. Yeah. Looks like Iki Island right here. Nice view from up here. At least technically. It's just a bit foggy, I guess. Who are you? Can I talk to you?
Takes a lot to get all the way
I
up.
guess not.
I'll hang your corpse somewhere special. Oh, Lord Nobunaga! Death to Gigants! And on and on and on!
What?
Die!
Why can't I parry any of his red attacks? There we go.
That man was deranged. How long has he been out here hunting people? How long has he been alone? And he said, for Lord Nobunaga. Another Yamabushi imposter with that name on his breath. We are the shadows who serve the light. This must have been their creed. It feels true to our league, too. Yasuke would like it. This letter speaks of my mother. My mother was a master shinobi, and her students respected her. I guess she was recruiting in this region. That's the last outpost. The Kakushiba Ikki live on. I wish I could tell them.
Yataro and Sada, you have proven yourself a worthy recruits. Tomorrow we travel to Iga, where the masters of the Kakushiba Ikki will determine your fate as a member of our league. A great honor, but not an easy task. While you may know the reputation of Master Momochi Sandayu, it is Master Tsuyu who will need convincing. Disrespecting her could prove to be a fatal error. Her determination is only second to her lethality. I've seen her cut down 4 samurai in the blink of an eye. She is who we aspire to become. She leads our fight, and she is our future. Kishi. Ah, gotcha, Dr. Darling. Yeah, I had that issue too when I was minimizing Twitch sometimes, like when the pop-up, Twitch window happens, when you minimize, and you then move back into the main app that it didn't, capture the entire screen. I usually would have to like close the pop-up window entirely and then restart the app for it to get to work. That's probably something with Twitch's mobile app. If that's also happening to you, Aura, with your iPad. Okay, so this basically finishes Naoe's story in regards to the assassin. Pretty underwhelming, I have to say. It's just 3 locations with assassin symbols in one part of the creed, pretty much. And while it's nice to have, as a nod, obviously, being an AC game would have been good to have, like, maybe a stronger focus on it. But yeah, there's of course still things that could happen along the way. But it's good to have it finished now, so that's Naoe's journey fully caught up with. I would like to focus on the targets that are in Iki at this point. In Ki, I mean. Like this dude. He's the last one we have to do. Oh yeah, there's actually a hideout here. And a new quest. Okay, maybe we're gonna accept this one first, actually. Yeah, no worries, Dr. Darling. I definitely hope that the last act will have a bit of a stronger connection to the Templar and Assassin conflict, because so far it's been really on the side. Hello there, Mita. Welcome in, dude.
My father admired the Negoroshu. They inspire all who resist the daimyo.
Thank you so much for the raid. And welcome in, raiders. How's it going? How was the rest of Witcher 3 today with Blood and Wine? I hope you won many grand battles. Hello there, Des, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining in with a raid. Hello there, Zach, good day. And thank you again so much for the gift sub earlier as well to Mita. I really appreciate it. Welcome back, Shilla. Hello there, Alice, welcome in as well, good day. Yeah, I hope everyone is having a good Monday so far. And thank you all for joining. We're playing a bit more AC Shadows for just a short session today. Basically, we are very close to finishing the main story and we're just catching up on all the side stuff at this point that we haven't done yet. And yeah, then we're gonna start Clair Obscur as the next game. I hope you guys had a good time watching some No Heart Adventures or Witcher 3.
What have you done? It is almost time for the temple ceremony. Negoro Rakenware is only famous if it is in one piece. It has to have wabi spirit.
No verse of a shout out, Amita. It went well, you cleared some question marks, played Gwent, completed some side quests, and also restored Corvo Bianco to its former glory. Hell yeah, dude. That sounds like an awesome stream. With lots of progress. That's so satisfying in the game, like getting to have your own hideout and fully upgrading it and also benefiting from all the perks that it brings.
It'll be less trouble if I stay out of sight.
Oh, that dude didn't spot me. Also, give me just 1 second. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Thank you so much for the lurk, Alice. So, Amita, have you done the tournament quest yet? In Blood and Wine? Not yet? Well, that's good, because then I might still get to catch some of it. That's definitely a good part of a Blood and Wine DLC too. Well, I guess there's 2 tournaments, right? The Gwen tournament and then the other one with, you know, the horse battles and all that. And the curse.
A shinobi, friend or foe?
I am Naoe, of the Kakushiba Ikki.
Ah, I believe you are acquainted with the abbot of the Iko-Ikki, Kyonyo. I am his father, Kenyo, though he and I have been on different paths for some time now.
Since you signed the peace treaty with Oda Nobunaga, something Kyonyo could not agree to.
While my desire for peace brought many together, it caused division between Kyonyo and me. It cost us our bond, and now it may cost Kyonyo his life.
Kyonyo is in danger?
I am told he was attacked, ambushed by bounty hunters, under whose orders I am unsure. I had hoped we would reconcile, but now...
I know the pain of things left unsaid between a father and child. All too well. What can you tell me of these bounty hunters?
This is all I know.
This will help. I will deal with his hunters. Rest assured, Kyonyo will be safe. And if I may...
Please.
Once this is over, speak with your son, or it will haunt you. Trust me on this.
The famous Kenyo, finally. So there's a bug in this game where every time you open up the game or you kind of load into like a new season or whatever, it pops up the database entry for Kenyo. And now, finally, after like almost 90 hours, we met the person the database entry wants us to know about the whole time. Yay, another assassination circle. Oh yeah, for sure, Mita. Yeah, the races are not that easy without the HUD. I mean, yeah, you have like indicators for checkpoints, but you know, sometimes it can still be a bit confusing. Yeah, that's also gonna be tricky without the HUD, right? Like getting all the cards collected, because there are very specific locations that you have to go to win them. You're not wrong there, Aura. I mean, there's plenty of daddy issues in this series. Even in the modern day with Desmond and his father.
My sword will split your blade and your neck with a single stroke. This is the way of 3 crashing rivers.
Looks like one of the students of Kamiizumi Nobutsuna. I'll tell Yasuke.
Well, that didn't work, did it? It's like Teppo versus Samurai Sword. Who's gonna win? I have my money on the Teppo. Yeah, that's true, Amita. The like time bonus you need from hitting the targets. That's gonna be much trickier than any regular race you've done before. And it's not like the aiming is, you know, easy with, you know, with a HUD either.
They never seem to learn.
Asare Nobutane, they say you are a Ronin, but I know that armor beneath your cloak, Akazunae, the Takeda elite.
I was a general of the great Lord Takeda Shingen once, until the gunpowder of the Oda clan shattered his armies and collapsed his house. I went my own way after Lord Shingen's death, with just my wits and my Teppo.
You would use the very instrument of your lord's unmaking.
Through his ruin, did it not prove its potency?
Lord Nobunaga spoke of that day. The noblest of the Takeda, cut down like harvest wheat.
So we were.
You mastered the weapon that once broke you. I have come to prove that I too am worthy of such learning.
Come then, Yasuke. Feel the winnower's touch for yourself. Scattered leaves fall on moss without a sound. Steady your mind. Listen to them fall. When you hear the sound they make, you will know you are ready.
Yes, I can't hear where that noise is coming from. Fuck. Jesus, the damage. Was a lot. Jesus.
Shot with focus and calm. Our sensei's touch. I wonder how long he spent beating that into you.
Thank you, Nobutane. You are well acquainted with his style of teaching.
Yes, we met at Minowa Castle. First as foes, then as friends. When he returned a year later, at Lord Shingen's request, he was a fiercer teacher than foe.
What happened after? Nobutsuna Sensei rarely spoke of his time at Minowa.
The Oda clan, Lord Shingen's mortal enemies, recruited him. He answered their call.
It must have seemed to you that he was fickle, wavering. Did you resent him?
I respected him for it. He was free to choose his own way, as are we all.
And how should one make their choice?
With the same steady mind that places the Teppo's shot. There are no right choices, only good ones.
Thank you, Asare Nobutane. I have learned much of the Teppo and of wisdom.
The road calls to me again, Yasuke. Send my regards to your sensei when you see him.
That is the last student defeated. I should return to Nobutsuna Sensei.
Yes, we should. The master of a Teppo charts a course of his own, wandering the land as a world-wise Ronin with an enigmatic past. Nobutane was unbound by close-minded strictures of duty, teaching Yasuke that true wisdom lies in the choosing of one's own path.
He owes me a cup of sake.
Ooh, a new Teppo, is it? Whoa, what does it give me? Shoot multiple bullets in a single shot. Damn. Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. But right now I like my current setup bow. But I'm gonna use this in the future, or at least the engraving. Oh, very nice, Amita. That's good to hear. I'm glad that controller feels a bit better now. It's definitely something you have to spend a bit of time with to kind of get used to it. If you spend so much time playing on mouse and keyboard. I mean, I used to play with like mouse and keyboard for the longest time. Before I totally switched to controller for, you know, pretty much 90% of the games. But it feels really good, I think, you know, just being able to like sit back a bit and, you know, not having to like be directly on the, you know, table with everything and having like everything within like one device. It's also like quite chill, I guess, to play it that way. Thank you for the lurk, Zach. Definitely more relaxing than mouse and keyboard. Yeah. I noticed that as well. Like recently I tried playing AC Chronicle China on mouse and keyboard because I had controller issues. And felt a lot more stressful that way. Like having to remember what button is like what action and all that type of stuff. Especially now that I've gotten so used to controller and having like the benefit of every button having, you know, means. So even if you don't know what button to switch, it wouldn't take you long on controller to figure that out. Hello there, Aerosol. Welcome in. That's definitely fair. I definitely get that too. Yeah. Yeah, the kind of like positioning of your hands, you know, isn't maybe as good for like the wrists and everything than it would be, you know, just like naturally, you know, holding like the mouse. I guess it might also depend on the controller, but yeah, even like on the bigger ones, like the Xbox controllers, you know. And also like having your hands in the same position. I guess on keyboard you kind of like move around a lot more.
Nobutsuna Sensei, I have returned. What? What happened? Nagayoshi?
You're too late. We all were.
That... is it?
It is Nobutsuna Sensei. He was already dead when I got back from the market.
Who did this?
Sanada Masatoyo. He left a note, Yasuke. Murdered our sensei and wrote a message with his blood.
It was meant for us, the last students of the Shinkake Ryu. I will deal with Sanada Masatoyo.
It should be me. All these years, I was Sensei's most loyal disciple. I must be the one to avenge him. My blade will run slick with Masatoyo's blood. My hands will feel his life's warmth drain away.
No. This is everything that Nobutsuna Sensei fought so hard to save you from.
I will burn him, break him.
No, Nagayoshi. This is not your path.
And you would be right. I would fail our sensei and dishonor his memory.
I too have a promise to him that I must fulfill.
Sanada Estate, go. Before I decide otherwise. Go and hunt that bastard down. Yasuke! No retreat. No doubt. No fear.
This is the way of the warrior.
Yeah, for sure, Mita. Like, the Chronicles games, they definitely have been designed primarily for console. And then kind of ported to PC.
I am getting too old for this.
I don't think you can even change any of the button presses either on Chronicles. For the keyboard. Oh yeah, that's fair too, Arizo. Yeah, this game feels very good with controller, I would say. Like all the AC games, you're pretty good with it. And it's also a situation, I guess, where they have been designed more with consoles in mind. I'm glad I just have to use my pinky to kind of like hold the controller now, instead of actually using it for button presses. Unless I'm playing like a, you know, first-person shooter or something.
Masatoyo! Your students are gone. Your reputation is in decline. What was there to gain from this, Masatoyo?
That helmet you took. The one I presented to Lord Nobunaga at Azuchi. It was my father's, did you know? At Nagashino when he fell, I leapt alone into the fray to recover it. 12 Oda samurai fell by my hand. Impressed, Lord Nobunaga let me live. He asked that I instruct him personally.
Helmets, swords, all this bloodshed over pieces of metal. You are mad!
The helmet was never the point. That night at Azuchi, as on that bloody day at Nagashino, was a declaration of strength. Strength! That is how the House of the Warrior has earned its right to rule for hundreds of years. That is how a samurai proves his worth. As tradition and the old ways would have it. Not the softness of Kami-Izumi Nobutsuna's teachings.
So it was all for this? To settle a feud you had already lost?
No, Yasuke. It was to draw you out. You shamed me at Azuchi. Ruined my name to build your own. When I kill you, I will prove you have no place in this land. And then the strength of my teaching will be undoubted.
You will try, and you will fail a second time.
Come, Yasuke. It is time.
You lash out at shadows, unsure of yourself.
Strength! Outlander. Only strength earns you the right to draw breath.
As a captive, maybe. But I live that way no longer.
Then die! Die! As your sensei died. Disgraced and butchered like a dog.
No! I will defend my sensei, and you will die. Beaten, broken, alone!
That was some damage. This sheathed attack. Almost like one hit.
Sensei. It is done. May your spirit rest easy.
Yasuke, once I thought you arrogant, unteachable. But it seems it was I who still had much to learn. For you have striven and you have overcome. And in your honor, we will raise a cup. But just one.
Kanbai, Sensei.
I name you Master of the Blade that takes life and gives it. Champion of my sword school. You have walked the way of the sword and proven mastery. I speak not only of victory, but of virtue. Benevolence, righteousness, courtesy, wisdom, integrity, and courage. To fight on, even when afraid.
And there we go. That is all of Nobutsuna's students defeated. And 2 of them actually dead. Everyone else just, we do it without actually killing. But yeah, our sensei has been avenged. And we have received a pretty neat sword, it seems. The Crimson's Edge. Bleak kills enemies below 2 health segments. Yeah, so that's pretty much the upgraded version of my burn sword. Where we had a 50% chance to kill enemies below 2 health segments with poison. This is like a guaranteed kill with bleed damage. Definitely gonna use it. Alrighty, so with this finished, let's look for more stuff to do in Key, I guess. In Metal Chronicles, you have to press left shift and left control a lot, so it becomes tiring after a while. Yeah, I just had like a bit of a test run on one mission, and after 5 minutes I had enough. Of like having to press shift and control, as you say. I was like, nope, not gonna do that. I ended up just buying Chronicles China for Xbox and playing it on there. All for pieces of metal, that sums it up. Yeah, that's like AC in a nutshell pretty much. It's always about pieces of metal. That's true, yeah. You haven't thought about that actually. Good point, Maxi. Good evening, Maxi. How's it going, dude?
Oi!
Hand over everything you've got. Now.
Please! I have nothing of value on me. Only offerings for the shrines.
Get out of here. Unless you want to hand over your valuables too.
Thank you for tending the shrines, despite the danger.
Someone needs to remember them. even in these dark days. But thank you. Perhaps I can do something for you in return.
I would like to know more about this place.
Nice, Maxi, that's good to hear. And yeah, Shadow's going good. We finished Act 2 recently. And I'm now just catching up on all the side quests before we go ahead and finish the game with the final act. I don't think the final act is like super long, is it? So I figured now would be a good point to kind of like catch up on the remaining side quests.
Bandits. Kyonyo fought them off. I've seen how strong he is. But where did... This confirms a plot to kill Kyonyo. The attackers will regroup after at Yunomine Onsen.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm looking forward to finish the game for sure. And then also start with Clair Obscur. Been spending a good while now with this game. In Western Kumano Sansa. Or how Western? That's the question. Quite Western is the answer. Be playing the same game at the same time then. That's true, yeah. You started Clair Obscur as well, didn't you? How are you enjoying the game so far? Quite Western? Yeah. Quite. What is this? Glowing fox statues? Aw. What is that? Dafuk? Spooky Fox? Yeah, for sure. What is this, like a Pokemon? A spirit Pokemon? Yeah, exactly. I immediately also thought of like, you know, Pokemon when I saw this. Nice, Maxi. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, so far, like anyone who played it, like on Twitch or something, who I, you know, saw play it, had like a great time, it seems. Are you kidding me? The freaking thing just disappeared. God, I hate this. I didn't even get that close to it either. I could have actually painted that. But now I missed the opportunity. I mean, this is like pretty recent. Let's try this one. But yeah, Levy definitely added to me, you know, being interested in it. I've been looking forward to the game ever since it was first announced and first gameplay was showcased. I of course saw like Levy play it before me. And looked really good, so that definitely increased my interest in it.
I'll seize the moment. I need to be quiet. No sudden moves, Naue.
What the? Seriously? Eh? I wasn't even that fast. The three-tailed fox, you think it's good luck or something? Vulpix's 9 tails are inspired by it. Ah, that could be it, yeah. You think the time of day matters for the Sumi? Ah, yeah, that could be it. I think it also changed the time even upon reload. I'm not sure if it like stayed in nighttime or not. But I could go back a bit further here, maybe. Maybe that's enough time here. That's safe. Yeah, very historical, isn't it? And maybe I was also too fast, I'm not sure. I mean, I could have gone a bit slower. But I think the time of the day isn't reset upon reloading, is it? Let's see. Gonna be a bit faster now. Get here. Because I barely had it.
I see you. I need to be quiet.
How close do I have to get?
Perfect spot.
There we go. Now the only appropriate thing would be if it led me to like a shrine or something. Like in Ghost of Tsushima.
Foxes bring messages from other worlds. What is it trying to tell me?
Of course, Aura. I'm trying to catch them all. There's an achievement for those. Ah, there's like multiple of these. Because that's like the first time I encountered like a legendary, you know, animal, I guess. With roots in both Chinese and Japanese mythology, the supernatural multi-tailed fox is a commonly appearing folktale character, sometimes portrayed as a good omen and other times as an ill-bearing trickster. The number of tails in the creature often correlates to the fox spirit's age and magical power, with a maximum of 9 tails. Thank you, Maxi, for the GG's, dude. Yeah, Schiller. Give me a challenge. What is this? I've been thinking of playing Okami. That game looks beautiful. Remind me again, what game was Okami? Like, what type of game? The name rings a bell, but I'm not sure what game it was. It's speaking of that, 3 Pokemon games that you haven't played aren't available on Switch, 5, 6, and 7. Oh yeah? Only the remake of 4 is available and 8+9. That really sucks. They're not like backwards compatible or something. Ah, right, Maxi. Yeah, just had a quick Google search. Yeah, that can look quite interesting. Would be cool to see you play that one. Oh yeah, I heard good things about Legends Arceus because I really tried new things with it, right? Like it wasn't your typical Pokemon game, was it? That's one I would love to play personally as well. But yeah, first I gotta catch up on the next generation of Pokemon games whenever I get to those. Alright, we found region 7 out of 9, Ki. The province of Ki occupies the south of the Ki Peninsula, current departments of the Wakayama, and part of Mii. From ancient times, this mountainous province emerged a place of legends transmitted through ancient chronicles. In the Heian period, many Buddhist monasteries were established in the region, such as Kongobuji or Mount Koya, the headquarters of the Shingon school, Kokawa-dera, and later Negoro-ji. The Kumano Shrine, Kumano Jinja, which was and still is one of the most famous in the country, is also located in Ki. The pilgrimage to Kumano was one of the most frequented in the Middle Ages, and several emperors traveled here from the capital through the mountains of the Ki Peninsula. At the end of the 14th century, the province was the scene of a succession conflict within the Yamana family. This forced the shogunate to intervene militarily in 1394. Meitoku no Ran. Ki eventually came under the direction of the Hatakeyama. However, in the 16th century, part of the territory fell outside the control of the great feudal lords, with the establishment of autonomous organizations such as the Saiko Shu in the region of the Wakayama estuary, or the independent warrior monks of Negoro-ji. Hideyoshi attacked and destroyed these organizations in the military campaign in 1585. The province was then entrusted to his younger half-brother, Hidenaga, who already held Yamato. After the siege of Osaka Castle in 1614-15, the province was entrusted to a son of Tokugawa Ieyasu, the founder of the Ki branch of the Tokugawa. Sounds good, little darling. Have a good night. Thank you so much for being here and for joining us tonight for more AC Shadows. And yeah, I hope you have a good time becoming motionless like Osiris.
Hail to you, Osiris. Your limbs are lasting. You do not know corruption.
Yakyu Munetoshi is celebrated as a master swordsman and the founder of the Shingage Ryu School of Swordsmanship, which became the official school of the early Tokugawa shoguns. Although the family claimed descent from the Heian aristocracy, possibly the Taira, the earliest records of the Yakyu date back to the 14th century when they fought for Emperor Go-Daigo and the Southern Court. At that time, they were granted the village of Yakyu in Yamato as a fief, from which they took their name. By the 15th century, the Yakyu were minor, relatively unknown warriors. The clan's rise began in the later half of the 16th century, when Matsunaga Hisahide invaded Yamato in 1559. Yakyu Miniyoshi entered his service, becoming one of Hisahide's principal generals, as Hisahide allied with Oda Nobunaga. However, Munetoshi's influence waned when Matsunaga Hisahide was defeated in 1577 during a conflict with Nobunaga, leading to his fall from favor. Despite the setback, Munetoshi's reputation as a swordsman grew, particularly after his encounter with the master swordsman Kamizumi Nobutsuna. Nobutsuna made Munetoshi his principal disciple and granted him the permission to teach the newly founded Shinkage Ryu school. In 1594, Munetoshi met Tokugawa Ieyasu and demonstrated his swordsmanship. Although Ieyasu wished to employ him as a sword master, the 66-year-old Munetoshi declined and instead recommended his son, Yakyu Monomori, as an instructor. Consequently, the Yakyu Shinkage Ryu became the most renowned school of swordsmanship in Japan at the beginning of the 17th century. Speaking of senseis, apparently the main master of a Shaolin temple, like the official Shaolin temple in China, has been arrested for fathering 170 children. I saw Rantoni's new video, and he's like a former Shaolin temple disciple. And he made like a video about it. And yeah, that dude has basically not respected, I guess, the biddings that come being a Buddhist monk, I guess. Yep, 170. And that's the one that we know about. Forgotten tombs. With the emergence of a state and under the influence of Buddhism, the high aristocracy ceased burying their deceased in tombs and chose cremation instead. It was during the Heian period, 794 to 1185, that the imperial court gradually stopped maintaining these ancient tombs. Very quickly, vegetation overtook them. The largest appeared as wooded hills in the middle of plains covered with fields and rice paddies, and the moats that sometimes surrounded them were used as water reservoirs by the local peasants. During the Middle Ages, the purpose of these tombs, buried under blankets of vegetation, was forgotten. At best, a small shrine to a local deity might be found at the height, hinting at the once sacred design. Tomb raiders from the period took advantage of a political anarchy to loot some of the mounds. It was only from the end of the Edo period, late 18th century and especially in the 19th, that various authorities and some scholars attentive to ancient studies again became interested in these tombs. The first excavations took place while the structure of these tombs were recorded to try and explain them. Antiquarian Gamo Kunpai, 1768 to 1813, was the first to formulate a typology of these tombs and to establish the first terminological markers. It was also a matter of locating the tombs of ancient sovereigns to pay them homage, within the framework of Confucian thought at the time. During the Meiji period, a list was drawn up of those among the great Kofun that were the tombs of former monarchs, and these tombs were protected and became inaccessible to research excavations. For some of these ancient tombs they still are. Presently, the great Kofun are the subject of keen interest from tourists. Okay. Viewpoint took a second there. Yamabushi and Shugendo. Shugendo, of a way of experience through practice, is one of the forms of mountain worship that has existed in Japan since at least the end of the 17th century. Practitioners, or Yamabushi, those who prostrate themselves in the mountains, retreat there to develop spiritual powers and magical practices. They practice strict asceticism, including the waterfall asceticism, which involves praying half-naked under a waterfall to purify oneself in order to be metaphorically reborn. Dying consisted of leaving one's former life behind and giving oneself over to these ascetic practices. Their deep connection to the mountains was born out of these profound mystical and physical experiences. Shugendo was practiced only by men, as women were not allowed access to the mountains in ancient Japan. Again, why do they keep referring to ancient Japan all the time? Like, it's quite apparent that often they talk about like feudal medieval Japan. Like earlier up here, they say at least since the end of the 17th century. So even we are ahead of a time, you know? So it's like we are 100 years early here. And they still talk about ancient Japan. Like ancient Japan is like 1,500 years ago or something. It's a bit weird. Purify, yes. Yeah, half naked under waterfall. That's how to do it. So just had another look like what actually constitutes to ancient Japan, because it's not like, you know, ancient Japan is like synonymous to the same timeline as like ancient, you know, Greek or like Europe or whatever. But it's not like overly different. Like the first period to kind of like start classical Japan is like from 538 to 710. So they basically are wrong by 1,000 years. Calling this like ancient Japan. And that's like in a database entry for the game. Where people have like, where actually historians have reviewed them, as far as I know. I don't know. It just irks me wrong when, you know, they do like say like something is ancient or whatever, just because it's like old, you know, because ancient, you know, it's actually referring to an, you know, timeline, like a category that's spanning over several, you know, timelines. And it's nowhere near this timeline we're currently in. I mean, we're pretty close to a modern age at this point. Half naked under waterfall and men only, for purification, of course. Yeah, supposedly they celebrated some parties up there. No woman allowed. But all the men wore. The Yamabushi would go deep into the forest that cover most of the mountains, armed with their gnawed sticks, using their conch shells like mournful trumpets, to signal their presence to those near and far. Peasants in the surrounding valleys believe their practices, especially asceticism and fasting, gave the Yamabushi special powers and set them apart from common people. Villagers considered them healers, and they would perform exorcism rituals and propitiatory prayers. They were also feared since their strange practices seemed to form of magic. Despite the venerated status, very few of them were able to read or write. The knowledge of the rituals and practices came entirely through the observation of their elders and oral tradition. Hello there, Eli, and welcome in. Yeah. Bit of a sausage party up there. It reminds me of the movie Sausage Party. The animated one by Seth Rogen, where all the food becomes alive within a supermarket and ends up killing the people. That was a good one. Ah, nice. We unlocked the second batch of mastery skills here, like passive skills. So all of these passive skills, and I don't have a way to upgrade my base assassination damage. I can only increase like damage in general, but I can't increase my actual assassination damage. Why? You give me like all of these stats, but the only one missing is like literally assassination damage. They just don't want you to one-shot people, do they? I mean, obviously you can go ahead and activate the option in the main menu. But I want to play the game as intended, you know, and kind of wish we had a natural way of getting the, you know, guaranteed assassinations by playing the game the way they want us to. But yeah, that's alright for, because for tonight this is gonna be, I think, everything we're gonna be doing. Yeah, I think so. It's getting late over here. But yeah, we're gonna continue here at the latest on Wednesday, where we're gonna carry on with the side content. Granted, there's still quite a bit of it at this point. But yeah, we're gonna keep working on it, so we can maybe finish all the side content in this week. And then soon finish also the rest of the main story with the final act of the game and the final 2 targets here. But yeah, for tonight, this is gonna be everything. Let's go ahead and have a save here. Now at about 89 hours of playtime. Yeah, I think we're gonna crack the 100 hours by the end of the playthrough. No worries for the stream, Aura. Thank you for being here and for joining us. Thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight for more AC Shadows for this spontaneous stream. It was definitely good to make a bit more progress with the, you know, side content and finish some of the side quest lines. But yeah, there's much more to go. And we still have to explore quite a bit of Key and Tamba. So we're gonna be at least busy, I think, for another full stream before we're fully caught up with the side stuff. But yeah, just having a look who's online, and I think we're gonna go ahead and raid out to Zolly. He's someone who plays a lot of Watch Dogs hacking, like online, and is someone who knows the game as well as no one else, almost, it seems. Like, he knows all the shortcuts and ways of getting on the, you know, skyscrapers and all that type of stuff. So yeah, if you know, have any interest in Watch Dogs, then it might be interesting to see kind of some tricks and you know, ways of getting about the city in an alternative way. And if you want to check out some other streamers while I'm offline, feel free to check out Hamita, who's been playing Witcher 3 with no HUD, 100% no fast travel. Shadow, who's been playing The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered for the first time. Aura, who's been playing Baldur's Gate 3. And also Ave, who's been playing Hitman, Word of Assassination. Catch you next time, Amita and Schiller. Take care, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you also again so much, Amita, for the raid earlier. Have a good night, and yeah, I catch you guys probably in Rod stream tomorrow. Until then.